Hi guys!
Hi.
We're Wan Ning, and now we're sitting on the balcony of our hotel, Found Hotel, and looking at the sea, palm trees, sipping our
Water.
Water.
Such a great water. Sort of. Could be anything though. Could be
a vodka.
Could be a vodka. Well, maybe not.
We were just talking about how we started our own channel. Thinking why not just share it with you? Because I know a lot of you want to start your own channel, and I hope our experiences can be useful to all of you. So, when did you start?
Last year around quarantine, because I was so bored. I also just came back from the US, so my parents were like, why don't you download Red? That's what like young people in China are doing. So then I downloaded it, then I got addicted to it, then I just started creating my own content.
Both of us started our Red not intentionally.
Yeah.
I started also around March of last year. I just had nothing to do and I want something to do, that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it during quarantine?
After.
I think I started when Xiaohongshu actually launched 3 years ago because my friend was like, you know, this is a new app, it might blow off.
I started off by posting English videos, and then I think one of my first videos that did really well was when I talked about like sororities in American colleges.
I remember.
Yeah.
So I started off actually by posting some videos about how to study English and how to study foreign languages to give more tips and insights from a professional student who studies languages.
I also like kind of transitioned from just speaking English and teaching English to more of a fashion and obviously from a professional person who works in fashion industry point of view. And I found that like being helpful and insightful is kind of like the starting point.
Yeah.
Then you figured out like a couple of different verticals you can go into. For example, education, women empowerment, professions. So I think it's just like different directions under one big base point. For me, I never started my channel surrounding the idea of an IP, or as we call it, 人设. When I post more content, like people start categorizing, like when people perceive it, they start categorizing you into those categories that they can comprehend. As we develop, obviously, we start realizing how people perceive you, how people categorize you. For example, 欧美风, 事业型辣妹, blah, blah, blah. Then you kind of start to plan your content or your development surrounding those points.
Yeah.
你觉得需要垂直吗？在一开始 Actually, I don't think so.
I was never vertical. I'm still not vertical till this day.
Of course, if you're vertical enough, it might be easier for you to gain more followers in a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
But when you arrive to some number of followers, people start to get bored of what you publish.
And the competition's so high.
Yeah. And what if you're not in the right side out? For example, I started off like posting language contents and also those cultural studies, cultural differences, things. But one day I just happened to talk about something about relationship.
Or sing mojito. Iron like the mojito. And another tip I feel, if it's right, it shouldn't be that difficult, you know? If you're stuck on something, then maybe it's not right for you. Yeah.
I also think for me, your core quality that you offer to people should be focused, or as we say, 垂直. For example, you're this very strong, modern, independent woman image. Like that core quality needs to be focused, but what you choose to convey that quality through / your content doesn't need to just be focused on one trajectory.
Why people come to your channel. I think that's very important, and that's like along the way it's going to give you
credibility.
Yeah.
I think first thing is to know yourself well enough. What are the qualities that you have in yourself? For example, we looked at ourselves, what we're good at, photography, languages, fashion. It's just like getting into a relationship. First you need to attract people with your good qualities. You build up the affection that you have with them. First thing, you need to be real. If you're faking it, people can really notice it.
So I think another quality other than being real is being confident. You have to be sure of what you can offer first for people to buy it.
Oh yeah. I think actually it really brought a lot of interesting opportunities that I didn't even know were there for me, you know. Community is just great. I mean, because of social media, we guys are friends, you know, so it really brought a lot of positive things, I would say. Only positive to me, actually.
Yeah. Recently, even more and more like business opportunities. You know, people actually find you, discover you, or value this influencer experience as something that you will be a great fit for the job.
The income is definitely
incompatible
Attractive.
with what we can make through.
It's freedom.
going
it
to
gives
work.
you true independence.
And then the freedom that you have, last but not least, the connection that you have between you and your followers. Definitely making more contents had gained me much more confidence because knowing that people agree with you and people like what you do is so important for your own personal growth.
It always like made me think of one random TED Talk speech that I watched when I was like younger, when this person said like a lot of people don't realize, but helping others truly brings you the most real joy. Like at that time I couldn't comprehend that. I was like, yeah, maybe a little bit joy, but like that's not gonna be like the most real joy, you know? I think domestically, the influencer economy is not going to fade away. It's only going to expand, and it's only going to a direction of everyone can be a content creator if you want. Seek out the things that sparkle the most on you and just do it. Whether you want to go full-time or just as a side business, it's a great industry to go in right now. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10.
Keep doing what you're doing, because at first you would definitely have a lot of time doubting yourself. Am I really made for this? Am I really making good content so people really will like me one day? I've had a lot of doubts at first, but if you're still doubt about it, it means you haven't done it enough. So keep doing what you want to do, and one day you will see the results.
Connect with the community within Xiaohongshu. When you're just beginning, there's a lot of things you have to know, I feel. And you know, the best way to learn is really from your peers, you know, who've been through this, and they can give you a lot of valuable advice. So connect with people from the community. Everyone's actually really friendly, and everyone I met was really nice and helpful. You know, it will become your job. Don't post for the likes all the time, you know. Of course you want to post something that people would appreciate, but sometimes you have to also like post something that you like, and it's totally okay if nobody else liked it. Just don't put so much pressure of being like, I have to produce because this content will be viral. This is just gonna make you burn out. Eventually you're just gonna start hating making content altogether. So
actually, like the more I think about it, the more I think influencer job is actually not that different from like a more traditional job in people's mind. Like you network in this job, you make connections that are helpful to you, then you also have to keep a life-work balance. Although like for this job, majority of your time is like being on camera. I really think like being an influencer, we shouldn't consider it as any much like different from another traditional job.
True. It is a startup company by your own.
So yeah, we're just gonna probably go enjoy the rest of the day at the beach.
Ciao. Ciao.